David found himself in a difficult place, but it wasn't about money. It was in a place where he needed some supernatural intervention in what was going on. There was a plague coming up, and God had given David a specific order to rear up an altar in a specific place. The problem that David had was David did not own the land yet that God directed for the altar to be erected. And so David goes to buy the land, and he shows up, and here's what messed me up, and it convicted me a bit, because he shows up, and David had found favor with man. The guy that owns the land says to David, look, I'll just give it to you. I'll give you the land, I'll give you the offering, and I'll give you even the wood to create the burnt offering. You don't have to bring nothing. I just will give it to you. And I kept hearing that commercial that says free, for free, 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 free. And I know that many of us would have said free, for free, free, free. Thank you, God, for the favor. Okay, y'all missed it. Thank you for the favor. But David recognized that he didn't need favor with man right that second. What he needed was favor with God. And free was not going to get him into the supernatural favor of God. Y'all missed this. This is divine revelation. It says, give, and it shall be given back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together. The problem in this thing is that the billionaire recognized, if I let Aruna do all of the giving, the blessing will go back to Aruna and not to me. Yeah. I remember we were talking about some things for the land. There was a moment when we got a grant where they said they would give us $3,500, and we needed that money to get a survey on the land. And they said, well, we'll just give it to you. And I prayed, and Lady Nicole bear witness, God said no. And I'm like, what you mean no? This is free, for free, 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 free. Sounds like favor of God on me. God said no. Because if you take their money and put it in first, the first fruit goes back to them. And he said the intention of me is the first fruit needs to come back on the people of Emmaus. See, David was understanding that by giving God, honoring God with something that is significant to me, that I'm invoking a supernatural principle of return that has to come back to me. Y'all got to hear what I'm saying. And so David gets to the place where he makes this most profound statement: I will not offer God that which costs me nothing. And what I began to recognize is, while it didn't make sense to many of us, the problem is we don't have a billionaire mentality. We are always looking for something for nothing, that we are coming into and think we're going to get the hookup all the way through this deal. Billionaires are not about hookup. Billionaires are about principle that evokes return. And so I began to understand that because many of us come from a place where we didn't have a lot, we have gotten stuck in a free mentality that now is limiting the potential of our faith to lift us into the fullness of our promise.
Hands together. Oh, yeah. Love God, live faith. Oh, yeah. I was running in circles, jumping the hurdles, getting caught in that rush of doing so much. I was feeling kind of worn out, always checking the boxes, trying to be flawless, always spinning my head and catching my breath. I was too afraid to blow it down. I told myself to keep this up, that God wanted more than just my love. But I was complicating things, was just like me too.